There are two measurements of evolution. One is gradualism and the other punctuated equilibrium. Gradualism happens at a slow and steady rate. As shown in the graph, organisms are constantly evolving. An example can be demonstrated with giraffes. On the first generation of giraffes, there were a variety of necks, long, medium, and short. At the same time, there were a variety of trees, ones that had high branches and others that had low branches. They were evolving at the same time as the giraffes and becoming taller trees, because their lower branches were getting eaten by the giraffes. On the first generation, all the species survived since there was no food for all. On the second generation, giraffes with short necks died because there was no more food on the lower branches. The surviving giraffes had medium and long necks, so the short neck gene was not passed on. On the third generation, the food could only be found on high branches. This way, only giraffes with long necks could survive and keep on passing their genes. The other type of evolutionary rate is punctuated equilibrium. This is a pattern of evolution in which long stable periods are interrupted by brief periods of rapid change, which is gradualism. An example can be demonstrated with penguins. On the first generation, there was a common population living in Antarctica. The shape of their food or fish was oval and long. This is why their beaks had a triangular and flat shape. One day, the iceberg they lived on broke into parts, separated by the strong currents. One part moved west, while the other stayed on the same place. In the new area where they arrived, the shape of the fish was different, so they were required to change in order to survive. Their beak was adapted to hunt and catch fishes that lived on their old environment, but on the new place their beak changed from being straight into a curve, which gave the population more possibilities to survive in their new environment. These are the main ideas of the rate at which evolution happens.